Hey, beloveds, and welcome to your Sixth Sense Summer series. Today I'm talking about psychic seaports. What is a psychic seaport and why you want to connect to them? When I decided to start traveling the world, one of my biggest prerequisites for anywhere that I went was I wanted to be near water. Growing up in Chicago, I was landlocked, and even though we had beautiful Lake Michigan and all the beautiful lakes from Wisconsin and Indiana, I longed for the ocean. And the reason I longed for the ocean is because I had in a past life a knowing that I was connected deeply, deeply, deeply to the ocean. And it wasn't until years later, after I realized that the energy that I used and had the experience of sleepwalking as a child, screaming, "The bubbles are chasing me," was really about me drowning in a past life. And that experience, that past life regression led me on a journey of wanting to explore oceans around the world and feeling different energies throughout those waters. And so that's why I want to share with you what psychic seaports are. So, first of all, we know that a psychic seaport, first of all, has an energy vortex. We know around the beautiful continent around Africa, there are dozens and maybe even hundreds. I do not know. I haven't done the research, but I'm sure there's actually probably hundreds into the thousands. Seaports along the coasts of Africa. Now, the ones that I'm sure where they were enslaving people and sending them throughout the world, they probably have the strongest energy vortex, but I've never been there. So I want to share with you the ones and the places where I have been and why I've come to really understand why I, as a triple Cancer, know I needed to live in a psychic seaport. So, first of all, as I just shared, they are energy vortexes. What is an energy vortex but a strong concentration of energy? The 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 um, the whales come here to give birth. The dolphins live here. The sea turtles hatch and have their babies here on the beaches of Puerto Vallarta. And so it's places like this where you recognize if the animals come to these waters because they feel safe, there is a very strong energy here. Also, throughout this state, there are different energy vortexes. I've been to two actually, and living here in Jalisco state, different energy vortexes where you can feel the energy coming up throughout from the ground and really feeling a sensation of being in a vortex. This is why also this entire Bay of Banderas area here is considered a safe haven and harbor, and so it's not just the tropical and lush gardens, it's also the balance of the natural landscape. Remember, this oxygen of the jungle feeds the ocean waters, and that ocean waters then feeds those mountains. And so they have a beautiful relationship, the mountains and the depths of the ocean. And we've been the one disrupting that relationship. And so this is why this year we're going to see even more different types of water activity, high water activity, in fact. And right now, out in the coast on the south, in the Pacific right now, right before I hopped on, I saw that there are two cyclones swirling around out there in the ocean already, which they say is a very early time. So we're already starting to experience some of this gigantic movement. Also, at this time, we're hearing about the phenomenon of different, agencies coming out talking about extraterrestrial communication. Again, what's up there is connected to what's down here. And so that new opening, those gateways that are being opened are also triggering what's happening in the earth. The ring of fire is the most active. We have two active volcanoes here in Mexico. The Popo, I won't even go into the rest of the name. You can look that up yourself. And the one in Colima. They are both very, very active because the ring of fire supports also fresh oxygen from way up underneath Mother Earth, coming in with earthquakes and earth tectonic and shifts way beneath the sea floor. And so this new ocean life brings forth what? New life, and then a new whole circulation. So a few of the psychic seaports besides Puerto Vallarta, where I am so grateful and so just so happy and grateful to live. And I'll talk to you why a psychic seaport is important for us in just a moment. So a few other places: Key West. Again, I was fortunate to live in Key West for about 7 months and was able to go to a bunch of the different islands there, and the energy there and the joy that comes through. So I have a strong sense that there were many happy sailors that lost their lives around that area, since we know that's where a lot of pirates were. And so there's a lot, of course, of pirate booty there. So there's a lot of positive, joyful energy around the Key West area. The Cayman Islands, another place where there is so many different banks. Again, this is because there's a strong sense of ancestral energy of pirates, and those who worked with pirates and supported pirates lived in that area, and so it keeps that island rich, and not just in resources but also in finances as well. And Jamaica, now Jamaica is on the other side with rich resources and even so much power. They have volcanic energy there. They have so much powerful energy there in Jamaica. The waters are magical and healing. Puerto Rico, another place of energy vortex. I mean, they even put a big military base there that again was all about looking at what's out there and what's down there. So we know Puerto Rico is a super huge psychic seaport. Also, the Mediterranean Sea. I remember one of the biggest things that I wanted to do in this life, besides go to the pyramids, and I'm still here, so my time is coming, was to see and be on the Mediterranean Ocean. I had never dreamed of how and why and when I was going to get there, but I was grateful enough and possible, it was made possible for me to actually take a ferry from Tarifa, Spain through the Strait of Gibraltar to Morocco. And it was one of the most amazing experiences I have ever had. I have never been on a deep ocean like the Mediterranean Sea, where I actually saw the divide of water go from dark blue to black blue when we were crossing over into Morocco and crossing that Strait of Gibraltar. So that water has a very strong current, and of course, lots of big cold animals. I actually can't say I swam in the Mediterranean, but I definitely splashed around in it. Then we also, so I just talked about the Strait of Gibraltar, which I also did get to visit when I was living on that side of the world. I loved seeing that. I had never, in my life imagined something that I saw on a map would one day be a place I got to visit. And then, of course, the coast of Morocco. So much rich history, so much divine sacred energy around Morocco. And so those are a few of the psychic seaports that I've been able to visit. I know there's dozens more, but I want to share with you why it's so healing. So if the animals are coming here, we absolutely know that there is the best, fish and each area has their own universe right underneath. And so for us, what that water does, it's truly like water magic. And what it does for us is heals us from the inside out. That energy of being like in the womb, being able to float, it always feels like a sense of rebirth. This is why people spend millions of dollars to go on beach vacations, to rest and restore. And this is why I love hosting the Royal Reset Retreat here, because we are in these healing waters, and because it is a psychic seaport, we can really do some deep hydrotherapy, because the water and the moon, of course, make it that much stronger. Plus, of course, those energy vortexes I talked about. And so some simple ways that you can start to bring this energy in for yourself right here, right now. Get yourself some natural sea salt and soak your feet. And if it's hot outside, put a couple of drops of that peppermint or spearmint oil in there and soak your feet. That's a great ancestral practice. You'll feel yourself cool down. Another favorite thing I love to do is put some of those nice white towels in the freezer with a little bit of essential oil of the Easy Air from doTERRA, so, and a little sprinkle of mint and maybe a little bit of lemon. I mix them up sometimes, and when you get that coolness, when you need a towel to damp off, you are ready. So those are a few ways that you can start to support and get cooled off in this sixth sense summer. I'll be sharing with you some ways that you can eat your way and cool off very soon. So stay tuned for more in the series. I can't wait to see your questions and your comments. And if you know you're ready to dive in a little bit deeper and want to get daily and or weekly insight with me, I invite you to subscribe now to the Lunarly, where I share all kinds of cosmic and insightful insight, as well as everything I can find about the moon, so you can use it to enhance and support and empower your life. I can't wait to share more with you about this sixth sense summer, and so you can enjoy yourself and having a soft life and really learning to embrace your intuition, or embrace your soft life as a superpower, which is, of course, your intuition. Make sure you check out the show notes so you'll never miss a thing and find out when our next videos are being released. Please also like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another part of this amazing series. Thanks for following. I can't wait to share more insight and inspiration with you. And until next time, Ashe, and as above, so below. Amen.